Hello, Jack. Long time no see. It's been at least 2 years, hasn't it?
Not long enough.
You flatter me. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
I haven't done anything, I haven't seen anything, and nobody saw me do anything.
Let me ask my questions first.
Ask whatever you want, but I just gave my answers.
I want to ask you about Ansel.
Ansel? Who's that?
I'll ask the questions, Jack. Who is Ansel?
How should I know? I never heard of the guy.
So you say. Where is Ansel, Jack? Come on, spill it.
I ain't got nothing to spill, lady. I never heard of Ansel, and I certainly don't know where he is.
Curse those expressionless eyes. I can never tell if he's lying or not. Ansel was a smuggler, Jack.
So?
So, you're a smuggler too.
You tried to pin that on me 2 years ago, Petra. It didn't work then, and it ain't gonna work now.
You know what? Forget it.
Done and done.
You've got some nice pumpkins here, Jack.
You want some? I could give you a good price.
Thanks, but no. So, what's inside those pumpkins?
What do you mean?
Come on, Jack, play straight with me. We both know what's inside your pumpkins.
What? Goopy pumpkin stuff? Seeds? What could you possibly be referring to?
Jack Pumpkinhead was always a cool customer. I know he's lying, and he knows that I know. And there isn't a single thing I can do about it. You really like pumpkins, don't you?
Well, you work with what you know.
So, you've got a head for pumpkins, you'd say.
Oh, ha, that joke stopped being funny years ago.
What would happen if I broke one of those pumpkins open?
I'd call up the guard and have you arrested for destroying property.
And if I discovered something that shouldn't be there?
You want to take that risk again? Be my guest.
He's right. I did that very thing 2 years ago and nearly got arrested for my trouble. I learned 2 important lessons that day. 1, a man smuggling illegal magic goods inside pumpkins wouldn't leave the offending pumpkins out in the open. And 2, Jack isn't as stupid as he looks. You know what? I'm sick of talking about pumpkins.
Then you're in the wrong place. Leave, why don't you?
Tell me about smuggling, Jack.
Oh, that old story. Didn't you try this 2 years ago? You got nothing on me, so beat it.
Just humor me. How does a smuggling operation work?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oz is a magical kingdom, but magic artifacts and goods are now illegal.
Yeah, ain't that a shame?
But most magical artifacts are small. Small enough to fit inside a pumpkin, perhaps?
Sure, whatever you say.
Now there's a thought. Pumpkins could be the perfect cover for smuggling magic artifacts in and out of the city.
Yeah, you gave me the same song and dance years ago. You here to make up stories, or do you have a real reason for being here?
I have a magic artifact I need to smuggle out of the city.
Nice try.
I'm here to pick up that illegal magical artifact.
Lurline give me strength. I'm an honest businessman, lady. Clear off.
Honest. Sure. And I'm Queen Ozma. I know you're a smuggler, Jack. Everybody knows. How come you haven't been pinched?
Because I haven't done anything.
Never mind.
Good.
See you later, Jack.
The gump stand is that away. Feel free to use it.
The Royal University was built soon after Ozma took the throne. I've never been inside myself. I was educated the hard way. So this is what education looks like. Can't say I'm impressed. Glinda was the Witch of the South back in the old days. Last I heard, she was killed during the Phanphasm War. But I don't believe everything I hear about witches. Modesty is not one of the professor's virtues. Ozma again. That reminds me, I need to buy more darts. I read stories about the wizard when I was a kid. He used to rule the Emerald City. I wonder where he is now. Hello.
Welcome to the Temple of Learning. I am Professor H.M. Wogglebug, T.E., at your service.
Wogglebug. Are you the same Wogglebug who wrote Flight Patterns of the North Munchkin Tooth Sparrow?
The very same. You've read my book?
No, but it's on my shelf. Right next to Mating Calls of the Gillikin Centipede.
You've bought my books but haven't read them.
Well, not exactly. I found them in a box on the street.
I see. Did you want something?
I'm looking for someone. Can you answer a few questions?
Answering questions is what I do best, my dear.
Do you know a man named Ansel?
Perhaps. What is his field?
Field?
Anthropology, science, literature?
I don't think he's involved in any of those.
Then I haven't heard of him.
Here's his photograph. Do you recognize him?
Come to think of it, yes I do. It looks like one of Cutter's fellows.
Cutter? What do you remember about Ansel?
Nothing, I'm afraid. I remember him doing some odd jobs for Cutter, but that's all.
Do you know where Ansel is now?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Let's talk about something else. About this university.
My favorite subject.
What do you teach here?
Teach? My dear, we do not do anything so crass as teaching. We learn.
What's the difference?
Why waste time teaching old subjects when the world is full of new things to discover?
That's pretty efficient.
It's the future.
Can I enroll?
I'm afraid the waiting list is quite long. If you submit an application, we'll review it in 5 years' time.
Where are all the students?
They are off learning something, of course, contributing to the fountain of knowledge that is the Royal University.
Let's talk about something else. What is this machine?
Ah, you are interested in my knowledge pharmacy?
Knowledge pharmacy.
All the wisdom and knowledge of the past in pill form. Our students simply take one of these pills and the knowledge pops right into their eager little minds. So much more efficient than the old, outdated methods of teaching.
I'd like a knowledge pill.
I'm afraid you aren't enrolled here, so you aren't authorized to use the machine.
Let's talk about something else. Who is Cutter?
He works here. He organizes these field trips, I suppose you can call them. I think they are foolish, but we are a university, and I suppose there is some value in it.
Is Cutter here?
Yes, I believe he is. He recently got back from an expedition.
Could I speak to him?
I don't see why not. Cutter, come out here.
Yes, Professor?
This young lady would like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, sure. Whatever you need.
Is Cutter a professor, like you?
Heavens, no. He's my assistant. A very capable one, although he does have his head in the clouds.
How long has Cutter been here?
Oh, years. He came here as a student. He couldn't afford the tuition, so he offered to work as my assistant. 5 years later, he's still here. Quite indispensable.
Let's talk about something else. Thanks, Professor. I'll be back.
Good evening to you.
So your name is Cutter?
Yes, and your name?
Petra. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a man named Ansel. Do you know him?
Ansel? Tall man? Mustache?
That's him.
Yes, I knew him.
Knew him?
He disappeared on a recent expedition of mine. He hasn't returned yet.
Tell me about Ansel.
He was an adventurous sort. He joined my expedition because he liked to travel.
Expedition?
A historical expedition. I organize expeditions to uncover items of historical significance.
A waste of university money is what they are.
Please, Professor.
What is your connection to Ansel?
He worked for me, that's all. He liked to travel, so he was always the first to sign on to whatever expedition I organized. He didn't ask for much money either.
Where is Ansel now?
I don't know. He joined an expedition to the Gillikin country several months ago. I haven't heard from them. I'm afraid they're lost.
Ansel is back in the city.
He is?
According to my client, yes.
And you're looking for him?
I'm doing my best.
I wonder. Who asked you to look for him?
I can't tell you that.
Are you close to finding him?
Something about this line of questioning sets my radar off. I'm not sure I can tell you that either.
Please, it's very important.
I'm sorry. Why are you so interested in Ansel?
If he returned from the expedition, then he can tell me what happened. It's a matter of historical importance. I must know what was found.
I can only give that information to clients. I'm sorry.
Well then, what if I also hired you to find him? Then you can tell me what you uncover, yes?
Technically he was right, but D's 700 emeralds bought a lot of silence. Tell you what, if you can match my client's price, then I'll share the information with you.
What price is that?
800 emeralds. I'm a detective, not a saint.
800? I'm just an assistant professor. I can't afford that much. Is there anything else you want?
About your offer, do you still want to hire me?
Yes, I do. Is there anything else I can offer you?
Isn't knowledge priceless? I want access to the knowledge pharmacy.
But you're not a student.
No, I'm not. But having access to those pills could help me in my investigations.
You know, you're right. Professor Wogglebug,
Yes, Cutter.
this woman is now temporarily on staff, with all the privileges that entails.
Are you sure about that, Cutter? Knowledge is a precious thing to waste on those who don't deserve it.
She's worthy, Professor.
Very well, Cutter. Young lady, if you seek knowledge about anything, come and see me.
Thank you. Hi, Cutter.
Hello again. What can I do for you?
So, tell me about yourself, Cutter.
Me? Oh, I'm not that interesting.
I find you very interesting, Cutter.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Well, okay. What do you want to know?
Where are you from?
Oh, just some little village on the far side of Mount Munch. You've never heard of it.
So you're a munchkin.
Yes, it was a long time ago, though I still wear the blue.
What brought you to the university?
I wanted to learn, mostly. My village was so isolated, and there's so much out there.
So why come here? Why learn about the wonders of Oz through books and magic pills? Isn't it better to go and experience them for yourself?
Yeah, I could do that, but I'm not really the rugged explorer type. Besides, I'm more interested in history. I wanted to learn, and this was the best place to do it. So I came here.
Why are you so interested in history?
Things have changed so much. The Phanphasm War was the first real disaster we had. It changed everything. New laws, new policies, new defenses. We have forgotten what life was like before.
Not all of us.
So you understand. You see how important it is to preserve our history before we forget what we used to be.
You certainly have a passion, Cutter.
We all need one.
I think yours is more worthy than most. Did I say that? Did I really say that? I must be getting soft. Let's talk about something else. Thanks for your time, Cutter.
Leaving already? Sure. Anytime.
Hello, Professor.
Yes, yes, what do you want?
About your machine.
Yes?
I'd like a knowledge pill.
Cutter gave you permission, so it seems you are allowed. It's against my judgment, but you seem capable enough. Go over and use the machine whenever you wish.
Let's talk about something else. Thanks, Professor. I'll be back.
Good evening to you.
How do I use this machine?
Simply face the machine and say, I desire knowledge.
You're pulling my leg.
I am pulling nothing. You receive no knowledge unless you ask for it.
Fine. Here goes. I desire knowledge. Give me the public record of Jack Pumpkinhead. Give me the public record of the lion. Give me the public record of General Ginger. Give me a brief history of the Emerald City.